Hello warriors. Let us talk about important topic, why being good and constantly helping others can slowly destroy you. We are taught to be kind, to help, to give. But what if being good is slowly destroying you? What if every act of help, every sacrifice, is quietly turning against you? This is the dark truth about kindness, about people, and about human nature. Welcome to the reality no one wants to talk about. People adapt to kindness faster than you think. Human beings adapt extremely fast, especially to comfort, relief, and external support. What feels shocking, generous, or unexpected the first time quickly becomes familiar. And familiarity quietly kills appreciation. Kindness is one of the easiest things for the human mind to get used to. It requires no effort from the receiver. No learning. No growth. Just acceptance. When you help someone the first time, they notice it. There is gratitude. There is relief. Sometimes even admiration. But the human brain recalibrates expectations almost instantly. What was once a gift becomes a reference point. What was once extra becomes normal. Your effort turns into the new standard. Your sacrifice becomes the new baseline. You didn't raise your value. You raised the minimum requirement for how people think they should be treated by you. And here is the most dangerous part. People don't consciously decide to stop appreciating you. There is no moment of betrayal. No deliberate choice. It just happens. The mind quietly files your kindness under. This is how things work now. So when you finally hesitate, slow down, or say no, it doesn't feel neutral to them. It feels like loss. Like something was taken away. Not because you did something wrong, but because you disrupted something they had already claimed internally. Kindness doesn't disappear loudly or dramatically. It disappears silently, through repetition and familiarity. Being helpful makes you accessible, not respected. There is a powerful social illusion that being nice automatically earns respect. It feels logical. It feels fair. But human behavior does not run on fairness. It runs on incentives, scarcity, and boundaries. Respect is not built on generosity. It is built on limits. When you are always available, always responsive, always ready to help, you send signals, whether you intend to or not. You signal excess. You signal low cost. You signal that your time can be negotiated, postponed, or taken. People don't consciously think, this person lacks strength. They think something simpler and more dangerous. This person is reachable. And reachable things are not admired. They are used. You reply immediately. You solve problems quickly. You sacrifice without hesitation or visible resistance. Over time, people stop asking whether they should rely on you. They only ask how much they can rely on you, and how often. You don't become essential. You become infrastructure. And infrastructure is invisible when it works. And blamed when it fails. It is not respected. It is consumed. Repeated help weakens the person you're helping. This is one of the hardest truths to accept, especially for empathetic people. Helping someone once can be supportive. Helping someone repeatedly often becomes destructive, quietly, unintentionally. Human beings grow through struggle. They adapt through pressure. Competence is built when someone is forced to confront difficulty alone. When you remove struggle every time it appears, you don't remove pain. You remove learning. The person never develops resilience. They never sharpen problem-solving skills. They never build trust in themselves. All of that is outsourced to you. At first, they seem grateful. Later, they seem unsure without you. Eventually, they feel entitled to your presence and effort. And when you finally step back, they don't suddenly rise to the challenge. They collapse. Not because they are weak by nature, but because they were never allowed to become strong. In their internal story, you were never a helper. You were a system. A function. And once a function stops working, people don't feel sadness. They feel anger. Responsibility flows away from the helped, and toward you. The moment you help someone, responsibility quietly shifts. No announcement is made. No agreement is signed. But a silent contract forms in the background. If this works, good. If it fails, it's on you. You gain influence without authority. Risk without control. Stress without final say. People love this arrangement. They receive assistance without accountability. You receive pressure without ownership. And when something goes wrong, logic disappears. No one remembers that the decision wasn't yours. No one remembers that you warned them. No one remembers that you were trying to help, not control. They remember only one thing. You were involved. And involvement alone is enough to become the target. Helping others slowly replaces your own life. This erosion rarely happens suddenly. It happens quietly, gradually, almost politely. You delay your plans just this once. You postpone your goals just for now. You focus on yourself later. Later never comes. Your energy leaks into other people's emergencies. Your attention is constantly interrupted. Your mental space becomes occupied by problems that do not belong to you. While you are busy saving others from discomfort, your own life stalls. Projects remain unfinished. Dreams stay theoretical. Progress becomes slow and fragmented. There is no applause for this sacrifice. No recognition. No refund. And when you are finally tired, burnt out, empty, people don't suddenly notice. They are busy. They are used to taking, not giving. Kindness is a psychological weak point. Every personality type has leverage points. For aggressive people, it's ego. For fearful people, it's safety. For kind people, it is guilt. You can't say no. They really need you. You're the only one who understands. These phrases bypass logic completely. They go straight to emotion. Not everyone who uses them is malicious. But the outcome does not depend on intention. Once someone learns how to activate your empathy, they no longer need force, pressure, or conflict. You comply willingly. You call it kindness. They experience it as access and control. And the more predictable your kindness is, the easier it becomes to press that button again. The world pushes until it meets resistance. The world does not regulate itself. People do not naturally stop asking for more. They stop when they meet resistance. If there is no resistance, pressure increases. Slowly. Casually. Almost politely. Until one day you realize that you are exhausted, resentful, and invisible. Not because you were cruel. Not because you were selfish. But because you were unprotected. Kindness without boundaries doesn't make the world gentler. It makes you weaker inside it. Being good is not the same as being selfless. Helping is not the same as erasing yourself. There is a clear difference between compassion and self-neglect. Between generosity and quiet self-destruction. You do not owe everyone access to your time, energy, or inner life. Sometimes the most ethical decision is distance. Sometimes the kindest action is allowing people to struggle. Sometimes saying no is the only way to stay whole. Because a broken helper helps no one.